Hey everybody, Coach Will here, again with another technique video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing a lower body focused movement. We're going to show you guys the shrimp squat. Shrimp squat is basically the ugly cousin of the pistol squat. Still a single leg squat variant, very challenging to go through, focusing on overall control of the movement as well as overall lower body strength on that forward leg. To show you guys the full version, we're going to be stabilizing on our front leg, grabbing on top of that back ankle, nice and stable, arm out in front to act as a counterweight, control drop down, big drive back to standing position, keeping foot flat the entire time, again from the side, nice and control, good, stabilizing down, light touch, making sure that you don't drop that knee down on the deck, and then repeating as you need on that one side. I want to show you guys a few regressions though. So first one is going to be a step back lunge. So from this one, facing forward, I'm going to be having a control position through my front leg. I'm going to step back through my left leg, light touch down through the toe, dropping down through my back knee, and then driving up to standing position. You can also make it a little bit easier if you're uncomfortable stepping back into that nothingness by sliding the foot back as you drop down. Now you can either choose to rock back, rock forward, and stand, or you can choose to touch down and immediately stand from that position. To make it harder, the first one we show you guys is going to be the half shrimp squat. So same thing. Now I'm going to show you guys both variants, both with the heel pulled up by grabbing on the foot and also the free leg version with both hands out in front. I do find that grabbing on the foot does make things challenging or more challenging than both arms forward, just because there is a little bit less weight forward to act as a counterweight. That being said, I'll show both. So the half squat, the shrimp variant, both arms directly forward, heel up towards the bum, really tugging or pulling that heel, big contraction through the hamstring on that left hand side, drop down to the half position, stand back up. Same thing again, putting the foot down if you need to, if you lose your balance at any point, grabbing at the ankle, same thing, control, half, stand. Make it harder, we can go into a 3/4. I'll show this from the front and from the side. Again, stable position, pulling the heel up to the bum. We're going to have arms directly forward, go just above the ground, pull up to standing position. Again, from the side, deep breath, pull the heel up, grab on top of the foot, control down, 3/4, big stride back to standing position. And then the full version, the harder version, or the hardest of it, we're going to show you first just the heel elevated using the hamstring. Now notice how my knee stays tracking in line with that toe on that front side, heel up, arms out as a counterweight, control drop down, light touch, try to avoid that big slam down from the side, nice and stable, grabbing on top of the foot, control on the way down, deep breath, and repeat. Now, if you do lose your balance at all, that's completely fine. You'll notice on that last one I did, make sure that we're focusing on control the entire time and that big power off the ground. Now, using your overall level of fatigue and control for the day, use this as a little bit of a practice for skills as well too. So you can see on certain days you might not be ready for that particular movement. That's completely fine to go with one of the other progressions or regressions to make sure that you can control that movement the entire time to work on that mobility as well too. Now this movement does challenge the overall hip as well as ankle movement, specifically regarding dorsiflexion. That being said, some movements that can help you or some ways of kind of modifying things to help you with that movement. If you have ankle-based restrictions, you can choose to elevate the heel on a very, very thin surface. That being said, I always recommend starting off with some ankle mobility-based movements. So I like to go into a half kneeling position. I drive my front heel down into the ground and I drive my knee forward. Now from here, I'm going to actively contract in through the front of my shin, trying to pull the top of my foot up towards my knee. I hold that for 5 seconds with that hard contraction, and then keeping my knee exactly where it is, I push the ball of the foot down, actively contract in through the calf as hard as I can, and then I repeat opposite direction. So we're going from that pull position to that push position without changing that knee angle, except to drive further in that stretch if you can. Now for that, I like to go 3 to 5 seconds of hard contractions, relaxing and contracting the opposite direction, and then resting for a bit, repeating that same side, doing up to 3 to 5 each side for that one, and that'll directly improve that overall flexibility. If you have issues in terms of height, getting down to that full position, again, control is going to be huge. So going for the half or the 3/4 variant is completely fine. That being said, if depth ends up being a challenge for you, you can grab a slight box. Box is going to be dealing with a height that you feel comfortable with. That being said, same thing, nice and stable. Again, choosing either that double on forward or that foot in contact with the hand. Again, control down. I know that I have depth. Big drive back to standing position. Control the entire time. That being said, hope everybody has some fun, stays safe. We're all in this together. Thank you.